Good news all over Manchester United. So many stories. Like I told you, this week a lot is going to happen. First of all, Ruben Amorim was assured by Sir Jim Ratcliffe that there will be signings made for him in this ongoing transfer window and in the summer. Meanwhile, Deco, the director of FC Barcelona, has met with the representatives of Marcus Rashford again to hold discussions of a possible move for him to join the Spanish Giants. Meanwhile, again, Chelsea are expected in the coming days to table a bid for Alejandro Garnacho, according to reports we are getting. There is so much, guys, to talk about. I'm here to wrap it up for you. Subscribe to the United Road Sport. My name is Webb. Let's get it. Now, let's start off with what has just come in now, suggesting that Chelsea in the coming days are bound to make a bid for Alejandro Garnacho. This, of course, after they have gone through their processes and I think have got the green light, they're now putting together an initial package because we've known that they are interested. He's on their list. And there are reports that were claiming that Garnacho himself would prefer, if there is a Premier League club interested in him, he would prefer to continue playing in the Premier League than go to Italy. Remember, speaking of Italy, on Friday he held conversations with Antonio Conte, and we do know that the representatives of Man United were in Italy today to speak both to Lecce about a possible signing of Patrick Dogu, but also to Napoli over what exactly they've got to offer for Alejandro Garnacho. It's still going on and unfolding. We'll get it here on the United Road Sport. Now, for me, that's progress. I mean, it doesn't matter how it ends. That's progress. This is what we need because we are in a critical stage. We are in a survival stage. We are in an emergency situation that needs solutions to be got immediately. Now, speaking of solutions, after Man United's win over Southampton, Ruben Amorim himself confirmed that he spoke to Sir Jim Ratcliffe for about 20 minutes, and it is coming out now that he was assured of signings. He was assured of full support from the board and the club in terms of him trying to get the players he thinks or he deems fit to come in and execute his methods. And of course, that is why quickly after that we are seeing things happening and there is progress when it comes to players we're trying to bring in and also players who could depart. So that assurance, I think, is the confidence that Ruben Amorim carried when he was making such statements about his team. Now, there is also talk that after the very terrible performance against Brighton, Amorim just gave his players a part of himself they had probably never imagined. Apparently, it was war in the dressing room. Apparently, it is said it was war in the dressing room. He just tore them apart, destroyed them without caring and respecting any of them because he expects better from all of them. So the reports you're hearing, they will lose the dressing room. Come on, guys, what's there to lose about this dressing room, really? I think there's nothing like that. He just gave them a proper view of how we saw things, honest and angry, like you would say. Always, by the way, he seems to be a short-tempered guy, which you clearly see when he speaks. But he always says he controls himself. Even after the Southampton game, he was mad. Even after the Liverpool game, he was mad. But he said, I don't go to the dressing room after the game because I don't want to say things I will regret. So he certainly has to control himself. He knows, I think it's an anger management thing. Probably he learned that in class. So this time around, I think he had no controls, so he destroyed them and battered them, according to what we get. Of course, things from the United dressing room will always leak in a way, and that's why people are saying he could lose the dressing room. But at this point, who cares? There is no dressing room to lose. Listen, we've lost everything as United because of these players, so there is nothing to protect about that dressing room. Now, so I've told you about the meeting. Marcus Rashford camp had a meeting with the Barca director, that is Deco, today. It took place in Lisbon, and this meeting was to try and understand, of course, what exactly it will take to get him out of Manchester United. Of course, Barcelona do have an issue to solve with in terms of their financials. Of course, there are solutions they can get. They are looking at Eric Garcia being sent out to either Como or Girona. And also Ansu Fati, who is one of their topmost earners, has got a situation going on because he wants to be playing more and they don't seem to give him the guarantees. So, like I've been saying, I mean, there could be a solution that would involve Ansu Fati. It could be a swap deal if United deem him useful for them. But even if they don't, there should be a way as Barcelona can figure out how they can be able to finance a move for Marcus Rashford, because they seriously seem to be interested in him. So, but Borussia Dortmund are still in the conversation as well. The only team that, and this is from confirmation of Fabrizio Romano, the team that is not really in it is AS Monaco, like it had been earlier reported. So that's where we are with United. I think quite impressive updates. I've told you that this week things have got to move fast, and you can see Amorim is tired of having to grind performances out of players who are paid a lot of money. Most of these players earn even way more than him, but he's fighting and trying to grind performances out of them. They don't seem to be willing to respond. He's tired, and he has got the backing of Sir Jim Ratcliffe. So surely, for now, he will be thinking it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time. Very soon, we will be getting the solution. So that's what's happening. Of course, the next Man United game is not an easy one at all, because listen, after failing to perform against both Southampton, and by that I mean the team, because one can say we won the game against Southampton, but for me, it wasn't the performance I expected. So we did not fail to win, but we failed to perform in back-to-back games. Against Southampton, United fails to perform. So did we fail to perform against Brighton. So our next game will be on Thursday up against Rangers in the Europa League, at home, still at Old Trafford. You can imagine Rangers should be an easy team. No one is even concentrating a lot on it. But listen, these players have shown that there are no easy games for them. So that is one game perhaps where you think these players should fight for themselves and put on a performance like no other and destroy Rangers. Again, I will consistently say United now is not judged on results, it's on performances. We beat Southampton, but the performance was terrible. It was a shame to watch. So against Rangers, we can't expect to win that way. We need to be dominating and obliterating them. That game is on is on Thursday. But of course, the other game that we have, of course, the FA Cup game against Leicester City is also around the corner. We've got several hard games coming, by the way. There's a couple of tough games coming up for Man United, including our game against Fulham, which is in London, away to Fulham. That's the one on the 23rd of Jan. So we've got a series of interesting games that you probably feel Man United should be able to show what they can do, especially if these players are going to save themselves. So it's an interesting situation we are at, but that's why we are. Listen, there are solutions for me. That's the most important thing. There are solutions being figured out, and that's what matters for me. How long they will take, I don't know, but at least things are shifting. Subscribe, and let me catch you later.